everybody. Thank you for listening to another episode of Friends Talking Nerdy. This is Tim Jasma, and with me I have the greatest legal mind in the Pacific Northwest and one hell of a bitchin' driver, Professor Aubrey.
Hello, everyone.
Alright, so today we are gonna take you all to a burlesque show.
Ooh, sounds racy, Tim.
Yes, it was thanks to just this random Facebook Messenger post that came into my inbox at one point. There was a person I forgot their name and whatnot, but they said, come on to this event, and I thought it was linked to the group that runs the dancing event that we went to, so I thought it was another dance.
Right, and so he said, hey, can we go to this? And I said, yeah, sure, and bought tickets for it, knowing it was burlesque and being really excited that he had expressed interest in it, actually. And then only finding out later that you thought it was a disco.
Yeah, but that does not mean I am disinterested. I mean, if anything, my excitement has perked up more.
Good.
So, some people are laughing, and all that. But hey, we're gonna see burlesque. When is the first time you became aware of burlesque?
Well, I probably was aware of drag shows before I was aware of burlesque, except in a historical context. Like, I was familiar with it in the sense that I was familiar with Berlin in the 1920s and the sort of scene around there, and also France, and just like I was sort of culturally aware of burlesque as a thing. I don't know why, probably media of some sort, but the first burlesque I saw was actually at Dante's here in Portland, and I went for a cabaret night. And I saw fire dancers and cabaret acts and tassel twirlers, and it was amazing.
Nice. This will actually be my first burlesque show.
Nice. I'm really happy to be going with you to your first burlesque show.
Yes, so, having said that, I've been to strip clubs before, and they're fine, but strip clubs have honestly never really done it for me. I always feel like extreme pressure when I'm in there to constantly give money away, and I guess that's the point, but,
Yeah, that's the point. I mean, we're going to see some very talented entertainers who make their money from tips.
Yeah, having said that, the place where we got the steak.
Acropolis?
Yes, that was a good place. I could go back there anytime.
Yeah, you like that place.
Yeah, I didn't feel any sort of pressure like I did with the second place we went to, because then the second one was, that was the guy at the door, like, remember to give the dancers money. If you don't, we'll kick you out, type of dude.
Yeah, the bouncer was like, here's the deal, guys.
Yeah, so, now granted, it looked like that particular place had a little bit of harder edge clientele, so, some people need to hear that, I guess. But, anyway, this will be the first actual burlesque here. Now, we are in the Pearl District?
We are.
Yeah, so just parked the car. We're going to be heading out right now, and I didn't realize it was going to be in the Pearl, so it's going to be something rather fancy.
What do I have on, Tim?
A beautiful dress that has a bunch of little mirrors on it.
Mm-hmm. It's a sequin cocktail dress.
Yes, so we're going to a place that has cocktail dresses. So, yes, so the plan of action here, what we're going to do is we'll give you a little musical interlude. The next time you'll hear us will be when we are seated. We're obviously not going to have any sort of audio recording while an actual show is going on, but if we get once there are some breathers and whatnot, we'll be able to connect with you and let you know what our experience is like. So does that sound good?
That sounds excellent to me.
Let's do it. So hang tight for the musical interlude. All right, everybody, we're going to be back for a quick one here because, as you can hear, we got a lot of loud music going on, but we are in intermission of the show. What do you think so far?
I've been having a great time. What about you?
I've enjoyed it myself. The first performer, the funny one, I would be shocked if she didn't get some cues from Madeline Kahn.
Madeline Kahn? Yeah. She's pretty funny, the MC.
Yeah, but overall, great show. With the background noise being what it is, we're not going to go too in-depth here, only to tell you that we're having fun so far. Anything else you want to tell the folks?
Nope, just, the costumes have been great, the music's been great, and we look forward to telling you more about it after the show.
Yes, and, we will have a link to this company that does this because they do monthly shows here, and, we're enjoying ourselves so far, so hopefully by the fact that we're talking about it on a show, maybe they'll give some love to us,
Maybe.
We'll see. But hang tight for this musical interlude. Hey everybody, we are back and the show is done. We are done watching Burlesque on a rooftop in downtown Portland, Oregon, in the Pearl District, where weed costs an insane amount of fucking money. How did you enjoy the show?
I had a really good time at the show. It was so good. There was such a great variety of different styles of burlesque, different body types, and different songs. And really, I think had something for everybody, and I definitely had my favorites.
Yes, I think both of our favorite had to have been Viper.
Yes, Viper from Chicago, holding it down. Viper was amazing. Viper did a medley of Prince songs, including Darling Nikki, which is the classic striptease to Prince song. And Viper was absolutely amazing. And apparently Viper is also a drag king. So I would love to catch a drag performance by Viper. So I'm going to definitely keep my eyes out.
Nice, yeah. Overall, yeah, they did have a bunch of great dancers doing some great work tonight. To your point, I did appreciate the fact that there was a lot of variety in the body types too, because I was thinking about it. It's like stripping and burlesque is kind of like fiddle and violin, but with burlesque you can do a lot more, if that makes sense, because
a lot more expression, and I think it's a lot more open to a bunch of different people, to your point, the different body types, because with a regular strip club, there's a type generally at those types of strip clubs that you're gonna get. Yeah, actually, my pole dancing coach is an amazing dancer, and she's a beautiful person, and amazing to watch dance. Really mesmerizing and expressive and great. And she can't dance at any strip club in Portland, she told me, because they won't hire her because she's fat.
And that is a damn shame, because it's the whole thing about society determining what beauty is, I guess, and because there were a lot of there were beautiful women of all shapes and sizes there, and that should not be an issue no matter where you go, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there should be diversity. I mean, I think different people appreciate different bodies. Different people are attracted to different people. Not everybody is attracted to a 6 foot tall, straight-sized, perky tits, relatively no ass. I mean, that's sort of the stripper look. And I don't know that everybody is attracted to that.
They're not. I mean, variety is the spice of life for a reason. And if every woman in the world looked like Gwyneth Paltrow, is there really beauty at that point? If everybody needs to be judged by one standard, there is no one standard, and I think that's what I really, really enjoyed about it. And I think more than anything, it seemed like, performers like Viper had more control over the room. In terms of more confidence, When, she walked up to the stage, she fucking owned that. She was able to control the emotions of the audience in terms of getting them to respond at certain points more than others,
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, it was overall a great experience. What was the name of it again? I forgot.
It's called the Cabaret Society. It was put on by Lacey Productions. Lacey Productions does a number of burlesque shows here in Portland, Oregon, as well as in other cities in Oregon and maybe Washington, I don't know, including Book Lovers Burlesque, which I've always wanted to check out, which is a combination of readings followed by burlesque performances. Okay,
because, when you think of Jane Eyre, you think of nice tits, right?
I do.
Well, there you go. Overall, I had a really fun time. I don't know, what other avenues of burlesque, I guess, am I not thinking of that we could talk about?
Oh, there's tons of things about burlesque. So, burlesque has a long history, and originally burlesque performers were called ecdysiasts, which means shedding one's skin. Mm-hmm. And, of course, it was... a lot of it dates back to Victorian times when there was massive repression in society of sexual expression. And the mores at the time were very anti-sex. And so part of, that's fine for society to be that way, but you have to understand the human condition involves sex. Sex is one of the most motivating things for human beings. And so burlesque was a way of capitalizing on that in sort of underground performances. And so a lot of it still has that flavor of being, it's naughty, it's strip tease, and it really focuses on the tease rather than the strip.
There was a weed store that we just passed. It looks like it's still open, but it looks like there's no turning lane to go back.
Oh, no.
I know, priorities, right? Go ahead, sorry.
So you can really tell a difference between typical straight stripping in a town like Portland, which has a great strip club culture, potentially because there are fewer women here than men. And there have historically been fewer women here than men. And we have the highest number of strip clubs per capita in the nation. But, you go to a strip club, they play a song, they dance. A lot of it uses the pole nowadays. That has been utilized as an artistic tool in strip clubs. And then they'll take all their clothes off and dance for a song. And what you probably noticed in the burlesque is they do a song just dancing. Then they do a song stripping, only being uncovered at the end. Not, they don't strip and then dance. The dance is the striptease, and it culminates in them being naked.
Yeah, it's if anything, it's like stripping is just the dance and being naked. Burlesque is about creating a character. From what I've seen, it's about being that character on the stage, and about like in the case of the comedy burlesque that we saw, there was a woman who pretended she was a cat, and channeled her inner Madeline Kahn to pull that off. But seeing what she was doing, it made total sense. Because she was a cat. It wasn't like, at a regular strip club, like, here's my titties, yay, and that's fine for what it is if you're in that type of environment, but it's nice to have a little bit of thought put into it too.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so much thought that goes into the costuming. So one of the biggest parts of burlesque is the costumes that they wear. And all of that is custom made, and much of it is made by the performers themselves. And so a whole story may focus on a particular piece of clothing that they have found or that they have made. And they also have to come up with different stories for all their different performances. They don't just do the same act over and over and over again. And so, that coat, there was a amazing 1920s beaded coat with a fur collar that one of the performers had on. That probably cost a couple $1,000s.
I'll bet. In a lot of ways, this reminded me of professional wrestling too, because a lot of the same similarities in terms of wearing an outfit that gets you noticed, and in terms of creating that character and using your body to elicit a reaction from the crowd.
Yeah, it's very similar. I mean, they're both very physical performance art.
Indeed. But, if you get a chance in whatever town you're in, even if you're in Duluth, Minnesota, I'm sure there's burlesque there. Check it out. I mean, it's a lot, honestly, a lot more fun than just a regular old strip club. And a regular old strip club, has its charm if you find the right place. But, this place was really fun. I loved the atmosphere of the place. And just, I definitely hope we do it again.
I'm so glad you had a good time, Tim.
Yes, so it was Nick Lacey, owner of Lacey Productions, who sent me that message on Facebook Messenger asking me if I wanted to do it. So thank you for sending that, even though I did not take the time to read it. I still went, and we had a wonderful time. And definitely recommend, if you see any burlesque shows or any shows run by Lacey Productions in Portland, Oregon, you definitely want to attend, because once again, you're going to have a good time. So we are just pulled into the neighborhood. We're going to try our best to find a parking spot here. So I think we will wrap things up. Did you have anything else you want to say to our lovely audience? Did you want to say anything real quick about our brand new lovely logo?
I love our new logo. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It is funny and cute, and it features you prominently, which is extra cute.
Well, not just me. I mean,
it features all of us.
Yes, it features myself, the Reverend Tracy, and Professor Aubrey as Bitmoji characters. For our budget, it was the best, artistic thing we could put together. And for my part, I think we definitely, I think the logo is definitely a big improvement over what we had before, and that was good.
I agree. I think it's an improvement, and I think it's lovely.
Yes, so, all right. With that, thank you all for listening once again every Wednesday and Saturday in this podcast space. We will have something to entertain your ear holes. With that, we bid you adieu.
Adieu.
Mon ami.
Subscribe to Friends Talking Nerdy on iTunes, the Google Play Music Store, as well as Spotify. Remember to support Friends Talking Nerdy on Patreon. Goodbye, darling.